Hey minions, in this video we're going to be looking at how the different rules of both chambers of Congress impact policymaking. So in the House, rules are more formal. There's a lot more of them. And that's because the House is so much larger than the Senate. There's 435 members, and when you have a larger organization, you have to have more rules to keep things moving efficiently. So in order to do this, they have the House Rules Committee, which we've mentioned before. And the House Rules Committee sets strict limits on debate and the addition of amendments to bills. That way, one bill does not get talked about too long or get held up too long by constant amendment making to that bill. If, however, they find out while the bill is on the House floor that more discussion is necessary, there can be a vote for a committee of the whole. And that means that they're going to meet in a smaller group to reconsider this bill and have more open debate and relax the rules on changing that bill and adding amendments to it. When it's done, then it goes back to the House Rules Committee and then back to the House floor. Also unique to the House is the discharge petition. If a bill is being held up in a particular committee, and there is a majority who want to see that bill reach the House floor for a vote, they can then vote for a discharge petition, force the bill out of committee to be voted on. For the Senate, there are less rules. It's less formal. And again, that's because they're smaller. They don't have to have all the rules to be efficient. In the Senate, in place of the House Rules Committee, they have the unanimous consent agreement. And just like the House Rules Committee, this sets limits on debate and amendment restrictions. If, however, a single senator objects to this, they can place a hold on the bill. And that usually means that they plan to use a filibuster. They don't want the debate limits on it because they plan on talking this thing to death. So you have to have unanimous consent in order to place any kind of rules on these bills in the House. Otherwise, they place a hold. Now, the filibuster is a tool that senators use as a strategy in which they essentially talk a bill to death. So bills can only be voted on after debate has ended. So a senator or a group of senators can go up and hold up a bill by simply constantly talking about it and not allowing a vote to occur. The only way to officially end a filibuster is if they either give up and stop talking, or you have a vote of cloture. And that requires 60 votes in the Senate to say, okay, debate is done. Let's move on. Let's vote on this thing. Okay, so just to sum up, the House is larger and has more rules, which those rules set limits on debate and amendment making to actually make the House very efficient. The Senate is more like the Wild Wild West. There's less rules, and because of those fewer rules, one senator can have a lot of power because they can use a filibuster to stop a bill from going through, unless there is a vote of cloture, which requires, again, 60 votes. Okay, guys, that's it for this video. Take it easy.